Hello everybody, welcome to the Comic Game Movie Show. My name is Deshaun, and today I am here to review WandaVision! I know I used to do that with Wonder Woman, but she doesn't deserve it. WandaVision gets it now. I get to review WandaVision episode 3. I believe it's titled Now in Color. I think it's called Now. I can't remember if it was In Color or Now in Color. Back in the day, long time ago, little people don't know this, like the shift between black and white TV and colored TV was a gradual one, but then it kind of just happened. Like I believe I Dream a Genie started off in black and white and eventually became colored. So they're kind of riffing on Brady Bunch and late I Dream a Genie here with the intro. This episode. First of all, let's just get this out of the way. The intros are gonna be fun. This new intro they had was a lot Brady Bunch. Now, granted, I'd probably go out on a limb and say that I think that episodes. I like episodes 2 intro more because I like the cartoon. Wandavision. Like I kind of like the cartoon. That was one of the things I liked about the I Dream a Genie intro was the little cartoon character, but the whole them, them doing situations and turning and like the whole circle comes around them and them doing things in unison. That's classic. Intro was perfect. But anyways, last episode, Wanda was pregnant randomly. We don't know why, we don't know how. She's just pregnant. And this episode kind of picks up with this. But in the end of that episode as well, last episode, color had come into play. All of a sudden, the place was full of color. Out of nowhere. We don't know why. Color is just all over the place. So, we got that now. It's more of a, like, everything's more of a 70s kind of, like, Vision's hair is different. Vision's got this long, like, not long hair, but you've seen the trailer. He has this, like, I don't even know what to put it, like, have you ever seen, like, Hunt for the Red October, Robert Redford kind of hair? Like, it is like this shaggy kind of hair, dude. It is so, like, if he has the kind of hair that you're like, if you say keep it groovy, I'm out. Like, that's kind of hair. And Wanda has this long, luscious hair, like, in the color and, like, the way they're dressed up. Like, it is so 70s, dude. Like, you're just waiting for somebody to be like, like, I'm just saying, dude, you're just waiting for that, man. But yeah, it is so 70s, it's like drenched in it. But anyways, there's a doctor there trying to check on Wanda and be like, oh, you must be 4 months pregnant. And the doctor's like, oh, you must be 4 months pregnant. Because Vision's sitting there like, well, this shit just happened like yesterday, so she shouldn't be 4 months pregnant. First of all, I can't have kids. I'm like, theoretically, and I don't want to get into the nitty gritty of this because God knows Paul Bettany's talked about it. Theoretically, Vision can make a penis. I mean, he can make everything else. He can change his skin. He can change the way he appears because he can control the molecular structure of his body. You know, because he's partially made out of vibranium, which vibranium can be molded into many different things, and Vision can just mold his body into many different things. So yeah, he can make a penis. He can make a fully functioning penis. But he cannot make someone pregnant. He's still a fucking robot. He can't knock anyone up. So, sure, they might have had sex. But even in Vision, like, Vision ain't saying this, but even in Vision's mind, he's just like, I don't think that makes a lick of sense, but okay, alright, roll with it. But, it's like constantly there's things, like, there's been many theories about WandaVision. Some people think that Vision is, he's a figment of her imagination, but the thing is, Vision has his own sentience. Like, Vision questions things, especially in this episode. He questions things. And multiple times, you could see him go, that doesn't make sense. And then, like, something will happen and he's just like, okay, I'll just, pretend like, I'll just push forward. Multiple times. It happens multiple times in this episode in particular. Something will happen and it's just like, Vision will be sitting there like, that doesn't make any sense. Logically speaking, I shouldn't have been able to make you pregnant. But, ignore it and keep on moving. It's happening. And once again with that, like, the doctor, like, he's just like, she's been pregnant for 12 hours. Of course, the doctor doesn't take him seriously. She's just like, oh, you're just a nervous father. And meanwhile, Vision's like, I don't know what the fuck is happening. Anywho, Vision walks the doctor out. The doctor says, oh, I'm going to go off with my wife on vacation. And he turns over to see Herb, who you've seen before in the previous episode, who was at the library and whatnot. He's the only black character you see in the entire show, so you know Herb when you see him. And Herb's kind of glitching out. Now, there's been many theories that, like, I'm talking tons of theories. That's the one thing that I'm enjoying about this show more than basically any show I've seen in a while. And maybe it's just because I'm a Marvel fan. But the theories are so... It's like Mandalorian all over again. The theories are so... Because there are theories that these people are also figments of our imagination. There are theories that they might all be, S.H.I.E.L.D. agents that were sent in, who got trapped in here. There are theories that all these people are dead, and, all these people are dead. There's so many theories. The theory that I believe, and I believe this episode kind of revealed to be even more true, is that these people are stuck in this city, they're stuck in this town, and they cannot get out, and they're trying to get out. Because he started glitching out and cutting, because Herb started, he was cutting his, hedges at first, and then all of a sudden, he started going into his freaking, stone wall, and he's just cutting down it, and Vision's like, the hell? And when Vision goes back inside, he finally starts to kind of go, the thing with Mr. Hart, and the thing that, the other thing last night, the baby, I just saw something with Herb. Something's wrong here. Something's off. And the moment he started to say that, the moment Wanda started looking into his eyes, and all of a sudden it glitched. I'm telling you right now, people, when you're watching this episode, when that part happens, no, your TV didn't fuck up. No, Disney Plus didn't glitch out. Wanda literally glitched. And she glitched it back, and it was almost like you accidentally hit the rewind button. Like you accidentally hit the playback button. That's what it looked like. You just hit playback, and Vision comes walking down, and this time he says something completely different. He is not concerned, and it's as if Wanda erased his memory of his concerns, which pretty much puts over the fact, this episode, if anything, does put over the fact, I couldn't listen to some people I was watching this morning trying to still go, oh, well, she's under control. No, Wanda is in control. No, okay, maybe she's being manipulated, but this is all her decision. It's clear to me, she knows what's going on, and she's just in denial. The fact that she had the wherewithal to stop, it's multiple times, every single time someone questions something in this reality, she does something to them, she knows what's real. And the fact that she pretty much erased Vision's memories, but not erased Vision's memories, but just, almost went, I didn't like that, do it again. That's basically what she did to Vision. Makes me even believe even more. She knows what the hell's going on, and she does not want Vision to start snooping and tear down what she's built, and she thinks it's her cocoon of healing. She does not want to leave that motherfucker. Anyways, after that, it kind of goes on as this, because the bulk of the episode is while there is these little things coming at you, and they're near the end, there's a lot coming at you. Bulk of the episode is about them dealing with this baby and her rapidly growing baby. I mean, they got Vision practicing doing baby diapers on dolls. You got them arguing over what to name the baby. Timmy or Billy, Tommy or Billy, even though if you're a comic book fan, you know that they have twins called Tommy and Billy, who go on to be Speed and Wiccan of the New Avengers, though I have a suspicion that is not going to happen in this, because it's going to end bad. But anyways, they're having those discussions, and I think her name's Geraldine, and that's not her real name, Monica Rambeau, but in this world, she's named Geraldine. She shows up. Vision goes off to get the doctor, and Geraldine shows up. And from there, it kind of it's still fun and games. It's still this nice sitcom. Wanda's trying to hide that she's pregnant from her. That whole thing of, I got powers. How am I gonna be able to hide it from this person? You've seen it. Bewitched, A Dream of Genie. Yeah, you've seen it. You've seen it before. You've seen those sitcoms before. Trying to hide it. All this shenanigans is going on. Oh my God, there's an elephant in the background. How can I hide it? You got me. And that's what it is. And it's still fun. But then something happens. Once Wanda's about to, all of a sudden, Wanda can't, she can't hide it. She's about to have this baby. Geraldine needs to help her out right now. And she has her first baby. It's a whole thing. She has her first baby. Everything's going crazy. She has her first baby. Vision shows up with the doctor. He's like speed running with the doctor, and they named the first baby Tommy. And then they have a second baby. I think Billy or William, Billy, and they're all happy. You know, the doctor's all like, "Oh, you delivered 2 babies. Oh, that's so good. I'm happy for you guys." Cheryl Dean's all happy, and you feel like that's gonna be the end, but no, it keeps going. And Vision walks the doctor out, and the doctor says this creepy, cryptic, another bit of information that's telling you that these are actual people who are stuck here. The doctor says, you know, it's hard. I don't think I'm going to be going on my vacation. You know, it's hard to get out of small towns. You know, you can't escape. Like, and the way he said it, and the way he was talking about you can't escape, is like he is trying to get out of here, but he can't. He physically can't. It's like all of these people are themselves, but they're stuck and they can't move. And then you see Agatha having a conversation with Herb again, and Herb is just like, and they're having a conversation, and at a certain point in the conversation, Herb is just like, "Oh, Cheryl Dean, she's here because she's here because she's here," and like Agatha looks at him and fearful and just like, "No, do not say anything. I'm gonna ride off." And like that right there just made me go, dude, what is going on? Like, these are real people who are stuck in this situation. And inside, Wanda is like looking at her babies, and she's like, "Oh, you have twins." And she's like, "I was a twin. I had a brother. His name was Pietro." And her accent came back. Everybody's been bitching. A lot of people have been bitching about Wanda's accent, and it was explained in Civil War, but it kind of went over. People said, "Oh, like the Russo brothers," and people have explained what happened to it. Even fucking Elizabeth Olsen, like a couple days ago, explained what happened to her accent is because she was training with Black Widow to become a spy, and it's really hard to be a spy if you have a thick ass accent from a specific location. It's like, no, you're from Sokovia. Like literally, even if she wasn't Scarlet Witch and she had that accent, they'd be able to know she's from Sokovia. You know, that place where there's only like about 100,000 people alive from that fucking location. It's not that hard to figure out who you are. So going undercover, she learned to hide her accent, and she wanted to blend into America. That's what I always thought. That's what's been explained to me when I've looked it up, and that's what I thought. And right here, the accent comes back, and then she starts singing a Sokovian lullaby to her babies in her accent. And as she's singing this, it seemed like her having a break in reality broke Cheryl Dean out of reality, and she said, "Pietro, he was killed by Ultron." And right there, the show took a sinister turn as Wanda looked at her and it's like, "What did you say?" And like and she got this vibe going. It was a tense scene. Probably one of the most tense scenes. It's the most tense scene in the show by far. And it's probably one of the most tense scenes in the MCU. Because the acting of Elizabeth Olsen, she went from happy to sad to memory to angry to fit. Like, it was like a fucking acting clinic in this scene. I'm telling you, the last 10 minutes of this episode, it's an acting clinic. I mean, her facial expressions, the level she went to, that shit was like it was like one of those fucking, because I know they do this when they're coaching acting, you know, like happy, sad, it was like, dude, she so naturally went through that in a matter of like 2 minutes, went from fucking happy to, you know, memory to sad to confused to angry. Oh, like, yo, it was crazy. That was an acting clinic. Holy shit, Elizabeth Olsen is the bomb. And you guys know what happened. You kind of saw it in the trailer. Cheryl Dean could not talk herself out of this. Wanda got this nasty look on her face, and Cheryl Dean was booted out of the reality near the tail end of the episode when Vision comes in and asks us, "Where's Cheryl Dean?" And Wanda has this kind of creepy look on her face. You know that look when someone does someone. You've seen it in a million horror movies, especially horror movies with women, where the horror movie villain, female character, does something really horrible, and like the guy and like someone and like she hides a body or something, and someone comes in, and she's like, "Oh, nothing was wrong." Like, that's the look Wanda had, which was creepy as fuck and kind of scary. It made me kind of scared of her. She kicked Cheryl Dean right out that fucking thing, and all you see is the aspect ratio, which is a word that's been used a lot to sit in this show, aspect ratio grows to like the regular, because it's kind of been in this, I don't remember what the phrase of it, but it's kind of been in that old school sitcom, box, thing, that it widens out to like, a regular, like a normal modern day, aspect ratio, and all you see is Westview. But it doesn't look like the Westview we've seen. It looks old, and like the sign looks pretty old, like looks pretty, crappy. And all of a sudden you just hear, and boom, pops out Monica Rambeau. As we know it's Monica Rambeau. She pops out of there, and they're like out of this static thing. She's like bam, and she hits the ground, starts rolling. Doesn't seem like she's get hurt, but it doesn't seem like she's dead or anything. She was covered in that Wanda, magic, so it's clear that Wanda just went zing. Wanda just went wow, and just knocked her clean out of that motherfucker. And she's surrounded by all these. We know that these are sword agents. And when it pans up and pans out, you see that they have spotlights like on this, like next to this invisible dome. So the vibe I get here is Sword figured out where the edges of the dome are, built a barrier, like something outside of the dome, put lights on it so that they know that the dome is here. I'm curious, what if the dome is growing? Like that just occurred to me when I was watching this episode. What if the dome is growing? Now that sounds terrifying. If the dome is growing outside of Westview, that might be a problem. And more mystery. Oh man, I can't wait for next week. I gotta admit, man, I'm so fucking curious. Thank you guys for joining the Congregate Movie Show. Please remember to like, subscribe, and what did you think of WandaVision Episode 3? I loved it. It was my favorite episode of the ones they've released. The tension, the acting, the comedy, the subtlety, this has every fucking thing. I loved it. Thank you guys for joining the Congregate Movie Show. You know what? I gave this episode a 10. I've been giving an episode all year 10. I'm giving this one a 10. If they can follow this up with another one, I'd be a happy man. I'd be a fucking happy man. Thank you guys once again for joining me on the Congregate Movie Show. Please remember to like, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.